can't hear you, Jack.
Yeah, we're not hearing Jack.
What? Sorry, guys. I apologize. What does Isaac have against
Technical
those
difficulties.
walls? He seems very upset at those walls. Did they do something to him or talk smack about his mom or something?
He was hearing the necromorphs on the other side.
He was just showing off his weaponry, bro. You know?
Just shoot a hole right
Judge
through
him.
it. Now, Ollie, that's fascinating to me. The idea of so many layers of audio
just showing off
for
his
one
babies.
little sound bite. Is there ever a point where it's like there's too much audio, like we have too many layers going on right here, or is it kind of just keep throwing things at it?
No, it's clearly a point that we always reach a moment where either for a single feature like a weapon or for the entire remix, where the amount of frequency is too much in one area or the other. So it's how do we mix together all the audible frequency spectrum of each element and make sure that they have a purpose in the overall view of the game. So it's about how do we mix your element individually or at the granular level, but how do they interact with the world?
That's cool, and like it's fascinating to me that like that the the plasma cutter, all the weapons will sound different based on the location you're shooting them in, right?
Yeah,
because that's basically
geometry
if you're in
of the room is
but not only the weapon, but everything that the weapon will cause. Impact on the walls or impact on the necromorph to have the
impact on random objects
of each individual rooms.
No, that's cool. And one thing I love that you guys have done now, you could really tell.
Yeah, so that you can shoot at like 10, 15 different areas, and pretty much most likely all 10 of or those like 15 areas that you shot at will probably make a different sound than what you heard before. Because you probably shot something different, a different portion of the wall that's made out of some other material, and different rooms it'd be like super loud, echoey. That's so awesome.
In the layers was the fact that you have the mechanical components of the plasma cutter. You hear like that physical, like the metal scratching on metal and stuff, as well as the kind of more sci-fi, like the pew pew type noises and stuff as well. And
I love the pew pew.
Because of that, like thinking about that, usually
I don't want it to sound like normal guns
on something else. You kind of get a
that we have
reference point at some point.
Our world.
Obviously, we look a lot at different tools, all those mechanical elements that make the plasma cutter turn, add those little details here and there to make them feels like they are mechanical, they are turning. It's actually like creating something.
We have a lot of
freaking weapon that has multiple components that work together.
But how would it sound to actually use a power drill in someone's arms, and what would be that sound and that feeling? So it's a real serious job.
What?
You're like bring in the intern. Let's see what it sounds like. Come on, guys. That sounds horrifying. You talked about
impale someone
throughout the stream.
That's how it sounds. You take the original sound.
It's a great
kind
way
of
for
add
us to
some
have
stuff
a solid
to it, make it
point that stays true to the original, and
crispier.
from there, just be able to see and determine where do we want to enhance the experience, and on the audio, it's the same thing that we're doing.
I love the idea of
also want to
using archaeology, like the idea of like an archaeologist of video games, and wearing a fedora and a bullwhip, going through and pulling out all the old files. That's pretty rad. Something you don't think about.
Finding the ancient files of old
that are probably 10 years old that I don't know what's on them. So I imagine that was a huge process with
exploring a cave, trying to find the ancient files
of process too, because it's always cool to see like, hey, okay, you find
the plasma cutter.
Sometimes you find gold when you do that too, so it's really an interesting process for sure.
Enhance is a big word for this. I've already said like what I kind of want them to change, and the change aspect, like changing things about the game is mostly just like, for me it's just adding things. Which is just enhancing the experience. Like I don't really want them to change anything without adding something, and I don't really want them to change anything by taking away anything. Like there's no reason to take away anything that was in the first original game. Just add stuff to it, enhance things in it. Like that's how you make this even better than it was before. Because it's nothing really about the game needs to be taken away, except for maybe like obviously like the way 0G worked. And like how kind of clunky Isaac's movement was and stuff like that, and like that stuff you can change kind of completely and make it not like annoying and inferior. But yeah, like pretty much like 99% of everything doesn't need to be
Isaac boots
taken away.
I mentioned, alive system is the
upgraded.
breathing of Isaac and his heartbeat. And we
Oh,
did
I'm
that
excited
with,
for this.
on
What
the
is
video
this?
with our, senior
We're gonna be able to
sound designer,
hear
Terry Calico.
his heartbeat
My name is
like
Terry
increase
Calico,
or something
and I'm the
when he
senior
when he
VO
gets here.
designer on Dead Space. In the original Dead Space, Isaac's breathing
Oh,
and
breathing.
heartbeat was such an integral part of the player's connection with Isaac, in building immersion and emphasizing the horror experience.
Especially in the vacuum.
Breathing is a huge part of Dead Space, and horror films in general.
Oh, Jesus! Why? I just why? I like barely touched the controller. That happens. Sheesh. I was about to say that shh. Dude, that sound when he's in a vacuum is so tense and scary because you literally can't hear anything else other than that because he's in a vacuum. You can only hear what's inside his suit. And as his oxygen gets low, the timer gets down, he'll start to breathe heavier and heavier and heavier and be super labored. They're probably going to like add the heartbeat in to this as well because before it was pretty much only the breathing. Oh, dude, I can't
in
wait to
building
hear what this
immersion
sounds like.
and emphasizing the horror experience. Breathing is a huge part of Dead Space, and horror films in general, that enhance the feeling of being alone and vulnerable. For Dead Space, we're looking back at the core functionality of the original, and not only bringing that experience forward, but we're finding ways we can improve it to a level that exceeds expectations in today's generation of games.
Oh,
In the
hell
original
yeah.
Dead Space, you would hear Isaac's breathing change and heartbeat ramp up over time when sprinting, when low on health, low on oxygen, during combat, and spike for jump scares or scripted events. All of that will be there.
I
couple
mostly
of
only heard
improvements,
it
for example.
during like vacuum
In
areas.
the original,
and
when
he
Isaac
gets
was
hit or
sprinting or
something.
injured,
Or
you
when
would
he's
hear
injured.
additional grunts to emphasize his level of exertion play simultaneously over top of the base breathing rate.
I normally didn't really hear this that
Exertions,
often. Maybe it's because
such
I
as
didn't
melee
run that
and
often.
stomp, also played over top of the breathing rather than interrupt it.
I love this freaking like just this freaking.
Listen carefully. You were hearing two voices at the same time. The exerted breaths didn't interject the base breathing. For Dead Space, we're building a system that supports transitioning respiratory rates through fatigued and low health states seamlessly. As another example, in the original, when Isaac was gasping for air while running out of oxygen,
Yeah.
exiting the vacuum of space or using an oxygen refill would instantaneously and unnaturally revert Isaac back to a calm breathing
Yeah.
state.
You
as
would
if nothing
still
had
keep.
happened.
You would still keep gasping for breath, even though the air would come back to you. To, you know, it wouldn't be instant. Just instant. He's like, oh, I'm fine now. You know. He goes from like. I shouldn't be doing this with literally popcorn in my mouth. He goes from. The air comes back. Oh, I'm fine now. How's everyone doing? All right, time to kill some more necromorphs.
For Dead Space, you can expect to hear Isaac catch his breath as he recovers from a lack of oxygen. Let's have a listen to this prototyped in game with some
That
placeholder
actually
content.
fucked up my. I don't know about that. How he sounds there. I think that audio could use a little bit work. That kind of sounds a little weird. I fucked up my throat doing that, dude.
And as Isaac catches
I'm still
his
kinda
breath,
sick.
you hear it transition back smoothly into the base breathing cycle.
I like that. It's just that some of the sounds I was hearing
For
earlier.
Dead Space, we're building
a
what is
little,
called the Alive system.
I don't know, sketchy
It
there.
encompasses all components
But-
of Isaac's breathing and heart rate, vocal exertions, and dialogue, influenced by a variety of driving gameplay features.
I would like a little
The
bit more.
limbic system is the
you know.
part of the brain that controls
That's it.
behavioral and emotional responses such as anxiety and fear. When you watch a horror movie or play a scary game, the limbic system can trigger a release of adrenaline into the body, causing a physical response such as increased heart rate. In our game, adrenaline is derived from various values driven by external factors that have a direct influence on Isaac's heart rate BPM. External factors that act as adrenaline are the combat difficulty value, scripted events and jump scares,
Shit.
Isaac's
Increasing the
fatigue
difficulty
level,
of the game.
Isaac's oxygen level, and Isaac's health. We want Isaac to reflect how anyone would physically react in the scenario he's placed in, and
Yeah,
vice
it's like a
versa.
necromorph
Use
outbreak.
that to influence the player to feel the same response. For Isaac's scripted dialogue lines, where the player maintains full control of Isaac, we will have 3 variations of each line to pick from, based on his current state. A normal version, a fatigued version, and an injured version. Let's have a listen to how Isaac's fatigue level or being in a low health state can impact Isaac's scripted dialogue in-game.
Ooh. Oh.
It's me.
Now he's gonna say,
Nicole? It's me.
oh, that's awesome.
Nicole? It's me.
Oh, hell
Making
yeah,
up
dude.
Isaac's vitals are his heart rate,
Oh, that's so cool.
respiratory rate, oxygen level, and health. As Isaac is 43 years old, I studied average heart and respiratory rates for his
43?
age group
Damn.
at different levels of fitness to land on Isaac's base heart rate of 70 BPM to build up from. As
They
heart
use
rate
actual
increases,
scientific
his
data
respiratory rate increases as well.
on.
I broke down the respiratory rates
God,
into
that's
7
awesome.
breathing cycles mapped out across 7 correlating heart rate BPM zones. Each cycle also has fatigued and injured modifiers. Alright, let's have a listen to how Isaac's breathing is behaving in-game. One thing to note, the breathing and exertion samples that you'll be hearing in-game are not gunner right. These are placeholder samples that we recorded for testing all of this functionality out in-game as we were building it. And here on screen is our Alive monitor. This is some debug information that we've put together to see Isaac's current breathing cycle, his heart rate, what his breathing state is, if he's inhaling or exhaling, what his fatigue level is, his oxygen level, his health, and the current combat intensity.
Okay.
And
Not entirely sure how I feel about constantly hearing his heartbeat like that. I feel like that's kind of annoying. I don't know about that. Because even when you're in a stressed state, you can't even feel, like, not feel, you could probably feel, but you can't even hear your own heartbeat unless it's, like, insanely quiet. You know, like, if you were in, like, a really dangerous, like, freaking necromorph freaking situation, you know, your heart would be beating, like, 150, God, 160, damn near exploding. You know, you wouldn't be able to hear it. You'd probably be able to feel it, but, like, things would be way too loud. The room would have to be like, you'd have to like run away, get into like a really quiet room, and then you could probably hear your heart beating because it's like beating super fast or something and really hard. But like in a normal situation with normal ambient sounds going on in a room, especially if you're being attacked and like freaking necromorph sounds and like things ripping across the room and shit like that, like you aren't going to be hearing your heartbeat, so that's really unnatural, and also it's just kind of annoying. So I don't know, it might just be them just showing off what it sounds like, and it's only going to happen during certain situations, but I really don't know about the concept of if it were to just be there, like, almost all the time, and you're just always hearing his heart. I don't know about that, Chief.
if we have Isaac's sprint here, over time you'll start to see his fatigue level increase.
The hell?
And when Isaac's fatigue level gets
Like,
past a certain
fast forward
threshold,
there?
you'll start to hear fatigued breaths, exerted breaths start to mix in with his regular base breathing rate.
We're gonna actually hear this in game? Like, I don't. Once again, I don't know. I don't know about this. It kind of sounds interruptive. Like this, it kind of sounds like the heartbeat is gonna like, you know, like be louder than the other sounds in the environment, you know, or compete with the other sounds in the environment as you're running around or something. I don't want to be fighting necromorphs and also being able to hear Isaac's heartbeat at the same time. I don't really
when
know
Isaac
about
stops
this.
sprinting, you'll see his fatigue level start to go down, his heart rate
We'll
will
see.
come down, and his respiratory rate will slow down as well.
I just don't know about that. I'm really not into that at all, but we'll see what they do with it.
Here we have Isaac in a very low health state. He's injured, and when he moves around in this state, we start to introduce little winces of pain mixed into his breathing cycle.
See, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with like the heartbeat kind of happening and his pain breaths happening when we're damaged, when we're like heavily injured, that's
and
fine.
what's really great about the way we've built
But
this
not
system
when
is
we
that
have
Isaac can be in both
decent amount
an
of health or
injured
more.
state and fatigued state at the same time. So hearing those injured winces, those fatigued breaths mixed in with his regular breathing actually sounds quite natural.
Or maybe if we only hear the heartbeat and the breathing when we're like intensely running like this. But I don't think we should be hearing it if he's not moving very much. Or I mean, even in combat though, I don't know. I feel like it should only be when he's injured, and that's it. Like severely injured. I don't know. We'll see.
And wrapping up the Alive
That's
system,
a
we
bit
have exertions.
iffy.
These are single one-off
me.
exertion events that interrupt or interject between base breathing loops. For example, melee, stomp, hit reactions, and death. Exertions for the most part will end in exhales and restart the
would
breathing
think
loop
so,
back up on an
with
inhale.
death.
However, the breathing system will have the flexibility to have the option to start the breathing loop back up on an exhale or inhale, depending on the content. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek into some of the things we're doing with audio to make Isaac come alive.
Any hints
That
at
is wild.
potential, like when this game is kind of coming out?
Thought to go into. You're developing
end
a
here?
hypothalamus for a video game character. That's incredible. And I gotta say, Isaac should probably maybe start the Couch to 5K program. He needs to work on that stamina build up. I think right there. Now, Ollie.
Man, what if
do
that
you
was like
have
an
any
upgrade, something
idea
you could
how
upgrade in the
many,
game or something?
like breaths?
Stamina?
But we're expecting Gunner to be out of breath anytime soon.
That's
Because there's a
That's
lot
not
of
going to be
detail.
easy actually, because he's in a really, really good shape.
There's going to be
Yeah,
so
he's,
many
yeah.
probably
yeah.
different
That's a real
situations.
childhood.
Now, who gets to tell Gunner that he has to do 3 versions of every single line of dialogue in the game? Does he know that yet, or is that something you're going to be like?
Maybe
"Here's
not
the
every
script
single
and
line
the
of dialogue."
second version of the script and the
Would it
third
be?
version of the script.
Wow, really?
Have fun. See you in a few days.
I would be it, wouldn't it? If they truly want to do that.
We're gonna make him out of breath when he's gonna.
Oh,
record and
man,
have fun
that's-
on the treadmill.
Oh man, that's a freaking
That's good,
nightmare.
man. That is
Oh,
wild.
poor-
That's
poor
stuff that you
Gunner.
never think about, and it's one of those things that when you guys do it in such a high quality fashion, you don't think about it. It just feels natural, and you've done such a good job with that so far. And just this early look, so I can only imagine what it's going to be like when it's final polish version of the game, which we're very close to, right? Right, gents? We're just almost done, almost ready.
Not yet. That's,
Soon.
Okay.
A lot of months.
It's still all pre-alpha, and yeah, there's still a lot of work left. But,
I mean,
but
take
it's
as much
heading in the
time
right
as you
direction,
need.
That's for sure.
But
There's a lot of
Absolutely. I mean, everything we've
pretty much
seen, like, I've been excited to see like the progress that we've seen. So from the community team, we've been watching this since before announcement, and just to see how far it's made over the course of the months we've been a part of it has been incredible. And I'm psyched
Yeah, we
that you
haven't-
guys are showing off some of the stuff. that
before
we get to
this, we
see
haven't
early,
heard anything
the larger
since, like,
community, because Dead Space
September
fans are
of last
rabid,
year.
and any little like nugget of morsel we can get is very exciting.
Oh my
I'm
God.
psyched you guys are
Oh, hell
sharing
yeah.
this with the larger crowd. So.
this was delicious.
Now, what do we got next? What do we got next? I want to see more.
Let's share a bit more then.
A bit more.
Well, I thought that was
We're
the
going
end.
to,
It said like thank you. I thought that was the end there.
Before we go
Oh, we have one more. Okay.
we're going to quickly talk about one of the elements that is super important, obviously,
music.
for the entire Dead Space experience. It's the music. Okay, it provides a very amazing effect in Dead Space 1. The score
didn't go
from
too
Laser
overboard.
Graves, is
Didn't have any
amazing,
action,
and it was
really,
well
music
praised
going
by
on.
both critic and fan.
Like
It
Dead Space
used
3.
dark, organic, orchestral music that dynamically change at runtime based on gameplay parameters. Super effective at setting up the mood of being responsive to specific game stimuli. So for us, I bring back the pillars that we talked about from the beginning to demonstrate that they are applied all over the place for us. What does it mean to be true to the original? It means that we're gonna reuse both the way the music was playing, but also the original score. But once again, as for all the other features, we're looking for elements that we would like to add as a bonus, as an enhanced experience. So for that, we would like the music of Dead Space to evolve with the narrative, to change, to support the story. And for that, we're working with our composer, Trevor Gurikis. And fun fact, we just out of a recording 2 weeks ago. We did a cool recording, and we've got a little glimpse for you coming up.
Well, I'm dying. I'm actually dying IRL. Thank you. I almost died. I genuinely feel like my heart almost gave out.
The scariest instrument that exists. Like
It just
it's like immediately your skin starts.
I swear to God, why does that happen? The fucking touchpad on this controller is so fucking touchy. It's theorized it's because it mimics close to the type of frequencies you'd expect from a baby crying or a baby screaming and stuff like that, and that is a very powerful kind of like terrifying thing that's built into our genes, you know, to make us feel uncomfortable. Like you know, our biology wants us to feel very uncomfortable when we hear a baby cry. It wants us to be distressed when we hear a human baby cry out or something, or scream, or if someone screams. You know, like if someone screams while they're getting killed or something like that, or they're getting like attacked and they just scream out and stuff like that, that super high pitched shrill, you know, that's kind of almost like that violin sound it's close to, you know. So it's kind of tapping into that, like that instinct that's in our genes and stuff to just not like that kind of pitch. From what I've heard, that's kind of like the reason there to the answer to his question. For fuck's sake! Oh my God.
So it's like immediately your skin starts crawling because it's like I don't like this. Something's going on.
But there's clearly something about the strings that makes this a bit creepy right away. That's for sure. And the way that has been used there helped quite a lot. But we've got other tools in our back pocket to scare people with music. We've got plenty of little things coming up. What you just saw is the string section. But we've got also, like we can record the brass, the perks separately. And after that, it's the same way as the weapon, basically. We record in layers, so we can play back in layers. In certain places, you will hear only certain elements. And after that, dynamically, when the players are playing, we put all those things together and make them fluctuate with the gameplay.
That's so awesome. Okay, well, speaking
me
of
that guy
putting
literally keep
everything
having the same
together,
reactions.
I think
just,
now
oh, hell
everyone
yeah.
wants to see maybe some like gameplay, like all of this kind of squished together in a live demo.
We already saw
perhaps?
some
Is
gameplay,
that something
right?
we can do?
Oh my God.
I guess that's where we are now.
Live demo.
We're gonna switch.
Oh,
again,
can we
same
eventually have a demo that
disclaimers,
we can
right?
actually get our
Everything's
hands
fine
on?
off, Jack, that's it.
Dude, I freaking want that
Final
so bad.
polish, ready to go,
Not at
ready
all.
to ship.
Everything that we're
Send it
showing
out.
again today, it's first pass in terms of visuals.
So this is a bit of
animations, and
gameplay,
acting, There's still a
uninterrupted.
long way to go before polishing and finishing.
Yeah, this is still
the game
very
experience.
alpha.
But still, we wanted to give you a glimpse at where we are today and how do all those elements we talk about today actually converge together to participate to enhance the Dead Space experience.
Oh, I can't wait for this game. Once again, I highly doubt that the door is gonna look that way. It looks silly like that, with that large of a thing on it, like that large of a symbol on it. Oh, but this looks beautiful. This looks so. Oh my gosh, that freaking sounds, man. Are we gonna hear a Necromorph come out or anything? Or is it just gonna be this? What the fuck am I? I've heard some whispers too. Am I hearing someone sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star right now in the back? Like way in the back? Oh my god! What the fuck is... Dude. Oh my god. Oh my god! What did that thing is so fucking loud? Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. Oh, that freaking music. Listen, this is the first time I've ever heard Dead Space sounds through a headset. I'm not lying. I've always played Dead Space without a headset. And it's going to be that fucking loud in my ears. I'm literally going to die. My heart is literally going to explode in my chest playing this game. I'm seriously worried about my about surviving like in IRL in this game, not just in game, like IRL. Like, I'm seriously worried about my health.
That's amazing. I love it. It's so great. I
Oh,
love
that's
watching
so awesome.
developers
And
do
that's
playthroughs,
alpha?
'cause you guys do those
That's
slow pans
alpha?
and look arounds that are very dramatic
Like-
and very very pretty. Where
Oh
meanwhile,
my-
I'm going to be playing the game just
I
running
know
from
they
spot to
focused
spot,
to make
trying
that
not
look
to get
good
murdered.
as far as
So,
they could, but
I appreciate that. That looks incredible. Congratulations, guys. And now we heard a whole lot of stuff going on there. I think I even heard like the violins at one point. Do you know
Yeah.
how many layers of audio across gunfire?
Yeah, I was
and,
about to
like,
say that.
the general creak of the ship and
I think
music.
there was
Like how many layers
some
of audio can be
sounds.
playing at one time?
There's a lot of layer.
Yeah, I think there was some sounds that were kind of going on a little, like, that were kind of a little unnecessary, like certain music cues that were going on that were kind of doing continuously. At least they weren't action fucking music like that goes on in freaking Dead Space 3 or something. But can we have a little bit more silence on the music as we're going through? Like, I feel like the music should only happen when like a Nevermore comes out or when something happens. Other than that, you should just only have those environment sounds. So I think they should, because the music was going on just a little bit too often. You know, it shouldn't be going on constantly as you're walking through the area, but it's not that bad. It's just, I really feel like it'd be better if it didn't do that. But yeah, that was the first time I've ever like heard sound from Dead Space through a headset, and that is, wow, it's so, I knew it was going to be different, but oh my god, the loudness, the freaking just, oh my god, oh, this game, oh, this game's gonna kill me, oh, but it's gonna kill me so good though. You know, like the phrase, like, hurt me plenty, like, hurt me good. I don't care if I die. I will die a very happy man, okay? Playing this game, my heart just suddenly explodes. Don't worry about it. Just know that my life was complete. If at the very last episode, at the very end of the game, I say my last words, and then my heart gives out and I fucking die, do not mourn me. Do not mourn me. It's fine. I died happy.
This is the magic of dynamic mixing right there. It's like, we establish, as developer, we establish rule in which, like, hey, when those conditions apply, then certain things will change dynamically at runtime. So in the end, it's the player that will provide the end result. So we're trying to just applying certain rules that say, like, hey, when those conditions arrive, then this will lower 3 dB, the music will rise a certain amount. So it depends really of the gameplay.
Just the idea of like that room and just the general noise of it. Ollie, do you go to sleep at night and that's all you can hear? Like, are you just surrounding yourself with this kind of audio? Like, did you spend a lot of time?
I would
in
hope not.
submarines? Are you used to this at this point?
Yeah, he hasn't been sleeping since we started the project, so he doesn't know. But all right, well,
It's everything I've heard so far sounds fantastic.
Oh,
Thank you very
yes,
much. Like,
yes.
kudos to everybody on the
Every
team,
single time they come back to
and
tell us
everywhere in the
more.
world for-
It just reassures me more
Still
and
a long
more
way to go, but
that this game is going to
definitely
be
we
the
need to
greatest
do a
horror
huge
game
shout-out
ever
to the
made
team.
in
We
gaming
have,
history.
A lot of people that are extremely passionate in the work, and it shows when we're starting to put all the pieces together. We only saw a glimpse of that work today, but there's a lot more coming, and it's actually something that I wanted to say today, that we're going to do another dev stream in just a couple of weeks / months, early May. We're going to do a follow-up to this dev stream with an art live stream. Yeah, I see your hand, Jack. I'll get to you. But just like we're going to do a
Hell
art
yeah.
live stream in just a couple of weeks, early May, where we're going to have Mike Yazijan, our art director, that's going to be with us.
Talking
having
about
a
the
first look at art.
visuals?
Of
the game,
I
the
think
art?
Ollie's just set the bar pretty high, so great work, Ollie.
Well, I mean, we've already
And
seen
now
visuals in the
I'll get to your
gameplay, but just
question,
kind of like
Jack.
looking at environments and lighting and
Hi, I'm Jack down
maybe
here
like
in
ray
Austin. I know you
tracing or
guys
something
up
like
there. You said like we're getting close. Can you give us a general range, maybe, or as close as you can get to like when we can get our hands on? I know this is the gold final version of the game we've been watching now, but like maybe the final version of the game when you're ready to put it on shelves. When can we see Dead Space in our house?
The final version of it. Well, we want to make sure that we're in a place where the game that we're going to deliver is going to be
yeah, like, take as
delivering on
much
the
time as you
expectations
need.
of fans. And that's what's most important.
Yeah.
So right now, we'll say early next year, We have a date in mind. We want to make sure that everything converges for this.
Please,
we still
please
have
early.
Actually, just a couple weeks away.
I'm
from
so
being
glad
able
that
to
he
do our
said
first
early
full
next year.
walkthrough of the game.
But
Not
how
too
early
long.
though?
Exactly.
Please,
We're still
January.
pre-alpha, but
No
we
later than
believe that
February.
we're going to be in a solid position
Please.
to be able to do the proper polish, the proper debug, and to meet the date that we have in mind. But for now, I'll say early next year, Jack, to your question.
Oh,
All right,
Oh,
all right. That's
please,
better
January
than some
or
nebulous in
February.
the future. So I appreciate that.
All right. So, well, thank you, Jack. Thank you, Ollie. Thank you, Roman, for participating in this stream.
I love my boys there.
I
The
hope that
trio.
you've enjoyed what you saw today and everything that we've showcased. Please participate in comments.
Our Lord
We want
and
to see your
Saviors.
thoughts. We want to see
My God.
what we did right, what we did wrong.
They
Hopefully not too much.
lead us to convergence.
And hear what
They
you think
shall.
about the game. And so, thanks a lot, everyone, and hope you have a great, fantastic day.
Hell yeah, this is so awesome. Oh man. Oh guys. Oh my God. This game is going to be the greatest horror game ever made in history. I don't care. This game is going to be the greatest horror game ever made in history, dude. In all of gaming history, nothing's gonna come close to this. This is going to be like the pinnacle of survival horror, man. We're midway through March, which means we're looking at about 10 to 11 months away. Hopefully not 12 months. Hopefully not a year. Please not March. I don't even really like February, but like I said, take as long as you want, but, you know, take as long as you need. But, oh, please, January. Oh, like, late January. Oh, please. Just have to last another... like 10, 11 months. Oh, but we'll get there. We'll get there. No. The Brethren Moon demands patience. All right, we must be patient, my brothers. My brothers and sisters, we must be patient, for glorious convergence shall come. Only the patient and devout are worthy of becoming whole. This is absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait for the next presentation that they're gonna do in apparently a couple weeks, or I think they said or a month or something. I think they said like early May or something like that. So like a month or a month and a half from now. I can't wait for that presentation or any other. They're probably going to have more over the summer. We have got to the point where they're like, hell yeah, we can start really showing off more. Oh, I bet they're going to have something real juicy for like Halloween or something like that. And especially when it gets really close at the beginning of next year. And I'm going to react to all of it. All of it. This is the most hype game in my life ever. Like, I've never been more hype for a game. I'm super hyped about God of War Ragnarok. You know, but this is just something else. I've wanted to play these games on later consoles so bad. I've wanted to make a series on these games so bad and be able to share it on my channel so bad, and I just haven't been able to. I just simply don't have the means to be able to have this situation where we have these developers who are clearly competent. Like, please, like these idiot haters, man, that are just hating for no reason. These people who are like, oh, it's trash, literally on day one where they said that a game was coming, and they're like, oh, EA motive, they're under EA, therefore it is automatically trash 100%. Like, have you seen Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order? Like, they're capable of making good solo games. It's mostly the live service type stuff that you really need to worry about. That they really don't give a shit about, that they're just like, oh, our cash cows, They are clearly competent and know exactly what the fans want them to do. And them just confidently talking about what they know we want them to do it would be so incriminating on them if they didn't do that. It would be such a stupid idea. And it's unfathomable for them to just make like a bad game after showing all of this, after having us along the ride through all of this, after showing us this much passion just to put out shit. No, this is going to be so fucking amazing, and I can't wait 10 months. No, patience. Patience. The sheer immersion of this game. This game is probably going to have the best immersion that the gaming industry has ever seen in games ever. like in terms of realistic immersion. You know, audio, visual, you know, situational, in terms of realism for those. Oh, like realistic immersion. Oh my god. This is going to be just such a incredible experience physically and mentally to play this game. Like, I genuinely have a feeling that this is going to be like, this game is almost gonna be life changing for me, man. Like, I'm almost afraid a little bit, but at the same time I'm like, hell yes. But I'm almost afraid that this game is literally going to like consume my existence when it comes out, and I'm going to literally like live and breathe Dead Space from then on, which is fantastic. But like, hopefully I don't freaking deprive myself of like food and water and like and like going outside to be able, you know, or something. I hope I don't become a hermit and play Dead Space for the rest of my life after this game comes out, man. Oh, the addiction, I don't know. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you want to see more content on this channel. I know I've been uploading much. I'm really sorry for that. Thank you to everyone who stayed subscribed to me even when I don't upload. More stuff is coming after I get this reaction out. I definitely want to I have a few, like 2 Elden Ring videos that I want to get out soon, as well as I want to come back to The Evil Within, and I also want to like start like a series on Cuphead, that Rage game. So more things are coming, and they should be coming more frequently. As we wait glorious convergence. I hope you guys have an awesome freaking day, and I'll see you the next time they do a presentation. Oh, that's so fucking hyped for these presentations that are going to be coming up, and also in the next videos that I'm going to be uploading soon. So see you guys. Bye. Oh man, I'm going to be losing my mind in this game. Dude, I have no idea how fucking crazy loon I'm going to become in this game with these sounds in this game, man. The sounds, all the whispers of the fucking necromorphs, like coming in like a goddamn freight train, screaming, coming in to slice me in half. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't fucking wait. Oh.